Begums Feet. It is about those days when Mahendragarh was under the Nawab of Jajjar. Northwest India was being attacked by foreign invaders, and Rohtak, Panipat and Rewari, being on the way to Delhi, were victims of the cruelty of these invaders. In those days, the Nawab was engaged in repairing the Buawal pond of Jajjar, so that Rivaya does not face water shortage in times of crisis, when suddenly the news of the strong attack of Durrani came. It was learned that Durrani's army was about to reach Rewari. Immediately the Nawab called a meeting of the brave generals and ministers and Mansabdars of the state. The important issue was that if Durrani moved towards Jajjar, how would he be dealt with? And if in case of attack there is a request for help from Rohtak or Rewari, what should be done? Everyone said that Rhea should be immediately warned about how to defend herself in case of attack, and full preparations should be made to fight the enemy. Other princely states should also be provided full help. On the same day, orders were issued by the Nawab throughout the state that in case of an attack, the weak and sick people, women and children of the state should run away and hide in the nearby forest. Young men joined the army in fighting the enemy. Duggi Shekchili also listened. Their forced labor was of a very rough nature. Seeing them, people often couldn't believe that Sheikh Chili's house would have even been fenced. He was completely stunned and worried. Now someone please explain to the Nawab that if there was an attack, then how would such a fat Begum run away and go so far into the forests? We will not be caught in the middle. Then God forbid, if Durrani's army turns out to be man-eater, then the forced labor will prove to be their breakfast for one day. I also started thinking the wrong way. I will not blow the ass of the bastards. If they looked at the forced laborers but would not look at them if caught on the way, would they close their eyes? They won't be blind either. Yes, Sheikh Farooq was saying one day that Durrani is completely blind. When he enters the field, he is unable to differentiate between his own and others. But if Durrani is blind, will his soldiers also be blind? Jan got into big trouble. What about me? I will reach somewhere by flying on the clouds of his army. But the question is about forced labor. She will rebuke everyone even in heaven without me. Allah will not spare me and also. Ouch, if I get a flying carpet from somewhere then I too am so foolish. Nawab Sahib has given me a horse, yet I am getting worried unnecessarily. I will make the forced laborer run away on a horse. Durrani's entire army will be left wringing their hands. But horse is also an animal. Don't know whether he will be able to bear the burden of forced labor or not. It may happen that it collapses in the middle, or God forbid, if that happens, what will happen? The horse will fall somewhere, the queen will fall somewhere and will not be able to get up from them. Then the horse belongs to the Nawab. Who knows, will he go straight to the forest or will he join the army of the damned Durrani in his enthusiasm to fight? Poor Begum cannot do anything except reprimanding her loudly. Admittedly, his father was a brave soldier who used to wield his sword in such a way that the enemy would remember the milk of Chatti, but his conservative views were washed away, but he taught the beggar to use his tongue, but not to use the sword. Had they taught them, it would have been of no use when the horse carried them into Durrani's army. But it is believed that the horse will enter Durrani's army, but how will the beggar get the sword? Allah Mian will not drop from the sky that my servant, Sheikh Chili's Bega, take the sword and cut the neck of Durrani. Allah Mian will be so kind. Then she will definitely cut Begum Durrani's neck. How much fun it will be that day. There will be terror in Durrani's army. All his soldiers will leave the field and run away. The Nawab will see them running away with surprise. Will ask, how did this untoward incident happen? Which heavenly power did all this? Then the spy will come and tell the Nawab, Sir, a fat woman has cut off Durrani's neck with a sword. The Nawab will be further surprised. Will you say with pride that she is a woman or the queen of angels? Present him in the court with full respect. Present it. No, the Nawab will say that we will follow him ourselves. Then he would dismount from the horse and go barefoot in search of the Begum, just as Emperor Akbar had gone barefoot to visit Vaishno Devi. The blood-soaked head of Begum Durrani will be standing in the battlefield with her legs on the tip of the sword. The Nawab will follow him. Will bow in prostration again and again. He will ask all his nobles to apply the dust of Begum's feet on their forehead. Will ask to kiss feet. Everyone will kiss the Begum's feet. The Nawab will also ask me to kiss his feet. How can I kiss my wife's feet? I would say no. Nawab will shout loudly, kiss me. I will say no again. The Nawab will be furious. He will tell the soldiers to catch this dead body and put it at the feet of this heavenly power. Nawab's soldiers will catch me, and then there was a louder sound of Dom. And Sheikh Chili saw that he had rolled down from the cot and fallen at the feet of Begum, who was peeling vegetables. Begum screamed loudly in this fire that was burning. It was good that she did not fall on the sickle. The neck gets separated from the letter. And what can the poor braggart say? He silently went to the terrace. Yes, however, the fear of Durrani's attack had started troubling him more, that he might actually have to kiss the Begum's feet.